Recording in progress.
Welcome back to Mataya Hawadat, the spirits in the waters and the blood. I'm your host, Wayne. Happy to be here and thank you. Happy to be here. Wanted to do a little brief reading of the book of Ruth, and just, first of all, I'd like to say Tawara Abram Yahweh for giving me the opportunity to address individuals on this blessed Sabbath preparation day. Hopefully, everyone is in good cheer, good standards, good health, good measures, and if not, then my prayers go out for you. Um, Most definitely want to say to my fellow Hebrew Israelite camp brothers, find better ways to resolve your issues. I'm not going too deep into that, but just to say that, find a better way to address your issues. So today, like I said before, I'm just going to be doing a brief reading of the book of Ruth, and just for your entertainment, and plus, I would love to just share the word of the Father with you individuals. So most definitely, whatever I can portray or actually help individuals with, or just with any type of information with life in general. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and individuals that tune in into my videos, and hopefully, this is another one for you. Please take the time out to like, share, subscribe. It helps, and hit the bell notification so that way you could get new or notification on whenever I release new content. All right, so like I said before, I'm just going to do a little brief go through with the book of Ruth, a simple reading of the book of Ruth. Naomi widow. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab. He and his wife, and his two sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his two sons is Malon and Chilon, Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left, and her two sons. And they took them wives, the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other one was Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died, also both of them. And the women was left of her two sons and her husband. He died. They died. Salathia. Then she rose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from. Then she arose with her daughters-in-laws, that she might return from the country of Moab. Return from the country of Moab, which is actually located in the territory of Reuben. For she had heard in the country of Moab how that Yahweh had visited his people, and in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her two daughters-in-law with her, and they went on their way to return unto the land of Judah, of Yahweh. And Naomi said unto her daughters-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. Yahweh deal kindly with you. So Naomi, Ruth, and they knew who Yahweh was, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me, like you were gracious to me and my sons, in a time when I needed, support, mental support. Yahweh granted you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, Surely we will now will return with thee unto thy people, until thy tribe of Judah. And Naomi said, "Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go away, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they are well grown, or until they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it giveth me much for your sake, that the hand of Yahweh is gone out against me." And they lifted up their voices and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth cleaved to her. Ruth grabbed a hold of her, and she said, "Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people, or her tribe, and unto her Elohim, or her gods, her Elohim, her judges." Because this is in the days of the judges, when the judges rule. So unto her judges, "Return thou after thy sister-in-law." And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people, her people shall be, or her people are my people. They're Israelites, and thy Elohim, their judges, my judges. Where thou diest, will I die, and there will I be buried. Yahweh do so to me. Yahweh do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. Meaning she didn't want to leave, and the only way that she was going to separate from her was to, it's going to be death that separated them. And she wanted to even be buried where she was buried. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. Meaning she stopped talking. She was like, "All right, this girl is not going to go nowhere." Naomi and Ruth returned to Bethlehem. So they too went until they came to Bethlehem, Judah. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. They was excited to see them. And they said, "Is this Naomi?" And she said unto them, "Call me not Naomi, call me Marah, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and Yahweh hath brought me home again empty. Why then call ye me Naomi? Seeing Yahweh hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me." So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of the barley harvest. And Naomi, Salathia, and Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Amalek, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite said unto Naomi, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, Go, my daughter. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And her hap was too light, and her hap was too light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz. So she was reaping on a field that belonged to or grabbing grain from the side where Boaz had owned. All right, so field belonging unto Boaz, who was the kindred of Amalek. So a kinsman, a kindred, a family member of the others of a tribe. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, Yahweh will be with you. And they answered him, Yahweh will bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servants that sat over the reapers, whose damsel is this? And the servants that was set over the reapers answered and said, It is the Moabitish damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came and hath continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. She waited little at home. All right, so, or she was not there that long. Anyway, then said Boaz unto Ruth, Harvest thou not, my daughter? Go not then to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Wait with his maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field, that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? And when thou art Arthurs, go unto the vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, Why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me? Saying, I am a stranger. She didn't live there. She came from the country of Moab, and she started living in this Bethlehem, Judah. And so now she's like, why you being so nice to me? Because I'm new here. Why acknowledge me? And Boaz answered and said unto her, It hath fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother, all that hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of thy nativity, in the land of thy nativity, meaning her family, or where she's from, and art come unto a people which thou knowest not hereof, meaning she didn't, know anything about the tribe of Judah. Then Yahweh will recompenses thy work, and a full reward be given thee of Yahweh Elohim of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. Then she said, Let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid. Though I be not like unto one of thine handmaids. Sorry, Salathia. All right, then she said, Let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid. Though I be not like unto one of thine handmaids, like one of one of his handmaids. All right, and Boaz said unto her, At mealtime come thou hither, and eat of the bread, and dip thou morsels in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was satisfied, or satisfied, and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not, and let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and let some fall, some or and let falls. Also, some of the handfuls of proposals for her, and leave them, that she may glean them and rebuke her not. She gleaned in the field until even, and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of a barley, or ephah of a barley. And she took it and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she had reserved after she was sufficed. And her mother-in-law said unto her, where hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee, Boaz. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought with, and said, the man named with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, blessed be he of Yahweh, who have not left off his kindness to the living and the dead. And Naomi said unto her, the man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen. And Ruth the Moabitess, now Ruth the Moabitess said, he said unto me also that thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. And Naomi said unto Ruth her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his handmaids, that they meet thee not in any other field. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean until the end of the barley or to the end of barley harvest and of the wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. Then Naomi her mother-in-law said unto her, my daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whom's maidens thou wast? Behold, with whom's maidens thou wast, and behold, he winneth north barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put the raiment upon thee, and get down to the floor, but make not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and uncover his feet, and lay down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, all that thou sayest unto me I will do. And she went down unto the floor, and did accordingly to all that her mother-in-law bade her, or told her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. He went to lay down at the end of the heap of corn, and she came softly and uncovered his feet, and laid her down. Ruth claims Boaz as a kinsman. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid, and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thy handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. And he said, blessed be thou of Yahweh, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest, for all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. She's a good woman. And now it is sure that I am thy near kinsman, howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. So saying that it's somebody closer to her than he is. So, go, you know, so just letting her know. Tarry this night, and it shall be the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee. As Yahweh liveth, lie down until the morning. Get your rest. And she lay down, or she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. Or one could know another, meaning nobody, before anybody could recognize that she was there. And she said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Also he said, bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley and laid it on her. And she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me. For he said to me, go not empty unto thy mother-in-law. Then she said, then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing that this day, or the thing this day. Finish, taking care of business and looking for the, talking about the kinsman. All right, so now Boaz redeems Ruth. All praises. Then went Boaz up the gate and sat him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spoke came by, unto whom he said, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down, and he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise these saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it besides thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, then he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, a kinsman to his brother Elimelech, having a first male boy, having a son for Elimelech for Hiliman or Shitlael. So basically giving her a child to as a kinsman redeemer dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I murder my own inheritance. Meaning he didn't want to give up his inheritance to the dead. So basically he wanted to have his own son, a firstborn son. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former time of Israel concerning redeeming and concerning change to confirm all things, and man plucked off his shoe to comfort all things. A man plucked off his shoe. So another man came and snatched the shoe off, plucked off his shoe, and gave it to his neighbor. And this was the testimony of Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe, and Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Amalek's, and all that was Shiliam's and Mahlon's, and of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon. Okay, I purchased to be my wife? Have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place? Ye are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. Yahweh will make the woman that is come into thy house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel, and do thou worthily in Ephratah, Bethlehem, Judah, and be famous in Bethlehem, Ephratah, and let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah. Yahweh Tamar bare unto Yahweh of the seed which Yahweh shall give thee of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, Yahweh gave her conception, and she bare a son. And the woman said unto Naomi, blessed be Yahweh, which hath not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thine life, and a nourisher of thine old age, for thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, hath borne him. And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom, and became nursing unto it. And Naomi took the child and laid it into her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the woman, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, this is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David, the line of David. Now these are the generations of Perez. Perez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram, and Ram begot Amminadab, and Amminadab begot Nahshon, and Nahshon begot Solomon, and Solomon begot Boaz, and Boaz begot Obed, and Obed begot Yahushua, or Jesse, Salathia, and Obed begot Jesse, or Yesh, and Jesse begot David, King David. And with that, like I said, I just wanted to do a little brief reading. Hope everyone has a blessed Sabbath prep day. And may Yahweh be with you always. And may Yahweh grant you peace. And may Yahweh put his countenance upon thee.